Welcome back, I'm Chalo, and today I'm going to be doing the tour of my Lego room that I've been promising for quite some time now. Really, it's the Lego floor. The entire second story of my house is dedicated to Lego. Yes, I am single. Why do you ask? Alright, so we will start here in the landing where the lighting is poor, but this is sets that I have been sent by you guys that I didn't have any... didn't fit into the pirate or the castle or any of the stuff that I have on display, but that I didn't want to just tear apart and put in the bulk bins because it was neat that they were sent to me and I wanted to display them. So I had some room here in the landing, I put together some shelves, and so we have stuff like the classic stuff that Daniel Dillman sent me, and cards and stuff that people have sent, especially the ones that are in my colors. Those ones are cool. And then some Ninjago dragons, because I didn't have anywhere else to put them either, so they're hanging on the wall. I will expand that as time goes. Up next we have my pirate table, which is what I did not have room for in my previous place. I only had room for the castle because pirate takes up so much room. So this whole room is mostly taken up by a giant pirate table, as you can see. And I have big plans for that. I want to increase the level of detail and the scale and all of that. I'll kind of explain the scale that I'm wanting, but this isn't all of it. There's more pirates under the table, and there's more pirates on the ground over there. But yeah, I really like how this all came together as a diorama. I like it. I plan to have 5 factions all together, and it should be a lot of fun bringing that up to scale and doing research and seeing how people have built that. The castle table is in here in another room, and it has been expanded from my previous place as well. I made it wider so the castle is actually centered. It was slightly off-center before, and that drove me nuts. I also made it longer so there's more room for a larger village. I have the main road up the middle, and then now I have 2 smaller side roads. I will do a whole video on the village because like I said, I've expanded it. I added 8 more buildings at least, plus I finally got my foreign market set up, though that definitely needs some work. But when I say I want to bring the pirate table up to a higher level of detail, what I mean is if we look at my classic castles, I have a little collection of vintage castles over here because I had the parts. I'm starting with the yellow one down there. But if you look at this set, the King's Castle from like 1989 or something like that, that was an official set. And if you look at the very front of it, you will notice a very distinct similarity to the front of that castle. And that is very, very much intentional. It's meant to be, throwback to the classics because nostalgia and all that jazz. And so the level of detail that this castle is at, it could be a lot more detailed. You see some of the stuff that people build that is hyper realistic and it's just gorgeous. I haven't been going for that. I've been going for this level. And so if you look at that set and then look at that build, that's what I want to do to the pirate table. I want to be able to go... If you look at this set, and then you look at what I've built, so a much larger trading post, a much larger fortress, better designed ships, and all of that. That is the ultimate goal with that. I then have an alcove here, one of the gables in this room. That's all my Star Wars sets. And there are some custom stuff in here, and there's stuff that I don't have in here yet. I've kind of been neglecting it. I need to get more of these shelves so that I can add more rungs because I'm out of room. But like if you see how densely packed the fighters are, and then it opens up down there and it's a lot of wasted space. I have 3 full sets of the Rebel ships from 3 different eras, the 2019, the 1999, the 2006, and the 2012 sets. I have all of the Rebel ships, the X-Wing, Y-Wing, B-Wing, A-Wing, and Speeder, and then got some UCS stuff, and then this side is all Imperial, and there just isn't as much Imperial as there is Rebel. I I guess they don't sell well, or the Lego just doesn't like making as much Imperial stuff. This is where I've got some custom, so I'm going to custom tie Advanced and some other stuff. And I do have the big Millennium Falcon, but it has never been built. I got it from Dr. Flux, and we plan to, when the plague ends, do a build day and get a bunch of my friends and crew together, and we're going to build that. I also have one of the large Star Destroyers that I also have yet to ever build that I got from Babe Browning. And kind of the concern is, I don't know where I'm going to put them. As you can see, I'm low on space already. But I will find room. We then have, this was the collection that I was wanting to finish before I did this tour. This is my classic space collection that wasn't planned, kind of like the Nerf collection in the shop. It was going to be just a small thing with a couple of vintage sets on display, and then this just happened. I do not have all of these, the Futron, the generic space. Got a bunch of the ones that are pre-visor, the really early space stuff, and then I do have a bunch of the ones where they did have the visors. And I will do by-the-book videos on all of these eventually. Slowly but surely I will get through this collection. But there's like 200 of sets in that series, and it's just way too many. I wouldn't have room. I mean, it would more than fill this whole shelf. But then we get into the named series, the more specific series. So we have Space Police, and this was the last set that I was waiting on, and now I have it. And so I've got all of the original Space Police, all of the original Blacktron with some minor modifications. And I'd love to make some blasters based on, like a pair of strifes. One in this color and one in that color, because I think that would look really cool. Dr. Flux is doing some stuff in Blacktron 2, so I'd like to do Blacktron 1 as well. So Mtron, which was, I was missing this one, but I acquired it from Bricks and Wheels fairly recently. Space Police 2, I think it would be cool if Dr. Flux did so like, he's doing a bunch of Blacktron 1 if he also did some Space Police, or Blacktron 2 if he did some Space Police 2 to match. Similar to what I want to do with the first version, because this is just a fantastic color scheme. If you've seen his Ultra 2, it's gorgeous. And it's white with black and that green highlights, and it's a fabulous color scheme. It really is. I always liked both Blacktron. So I liked the original logo. The B was never in my mind as cool as the upside down Triforce, the Sierpinski triangle. But that's just a matter of preference. And then finally we have Ice Planet here on the end. And this was the set that I didn't have. And when Daniel Dillman sent it to me, that's kind of what kicked off this, like, well, now that I know I've got all of Ice Planet, I've got to see if I've got all of everything else. And then I gathered the last few that I didn't have yet. And so that was a fun collection. I haven't tried going through, like, Pirate and build all of the pirate sets. I have all of the pirate ships except for the Silent Mary. That's the only one I don't have yet. And I'm not in a hurry to get it because it's kind of a weird build. But I do have all of the regular ships at this point. But I mean, there were so many like little raft sets and little island sets, and I have not made any effort to get all of them. I do have all of the Islanders now, and I have set up an Islander diorama. I recently acquired the last one of those from Bricks and Wheels as well. I like supporting Bricks and Wheels, so yeah. I have done a video on my bulk organization, and it hasn't changed much. I sort by color and then by part. I think I've got 13 categories that some of them are divided into, and then the colors that I don't have as much of have fewer categories. Like green, yellow, and blue have less, and stuff like that. I do have more storage underneath the table, which is like one of these drawers contains a Star Destroyer. That's a Star Destroyer. Extra green base plates, the modular castle wall, stuff like that. Did finally get the closets organized. We've got random Lego memorabilia there. When I say I am behind on building sets that you guys have sent me, these are all the sets that you guys have sent me that I have not gotten around to building yet. And I really need to crank some of those out, because some of those I've had for far too long. Hidden way back in the closet are the empty boxes, because the boxes are valuable, so I keep them. Under this table I've got animals, barding, treasure, stuff that's been sorted out, food bits, brick separators, tread, a plethora of stuff. I haven't gotten it all as organized as I would like yet, but I'm getting there. This table needs some serious rebuilding. It turned out to not be nearly as strong, or not nearly strong enough for the amount of weight of that castle. So I need to fortify that. We've got minifigure stuff, torsos, hats, stuff that are more common for building, decorated tiles, windows, doors, stuff like that. Minifigures, city minifigures that I don't use much, Star Wars minifigures, space minifigures, or that's space minifigures, that's other, Imperial Guards, pirates, minifigure parts, all separated by color and body part. Not all my minifigs are that way, that's kind of an old vestige. All my Technic bits, which could be a video all on its own. Just the organization that have gone into there. And let's see, we've got another closet. Oh, we've got more Technic stuff down there, my pneumatic stuff and my Mindstorm stuff. Another closet here with more, you guessed it, drawers. Instructions, all my instruction manuals, larger bulk parts. More random stuff that people have sent me. The Bionicle version of me, the alien that I was sent, and minifig versions of me, and Star Wars figures over there. They will go somewhere else when there's the Lego foam swords and shields. I plan to use them to decorate the walls in here. I've got two of the Wolfpack shields up because there were nails in the wall. But I plan to festoon the walls in here with those shields for decoration. Cover up this hideous faux wood paneling. In here I plan to put Lego posters. I have a lot of the old Lego posters that used to come in sets, and that's what I'll cover all the walls with in here. My build table, which is really very, very nice, is where I do my filming and where I actually do when I'm building. I can pull trays and set them up in here and have room to build in the middle. It's really quite nice. One last thing, this, I've mentioned my grandfather a time or two and how he fought in World War II. This was given to him, I don't remember, I think it was when he retired, or it was a gift from somewhere. But he was an avid fisher, so they gave him this massive tackle box. And when he died, somehow it ended up in the gnome's possession, but she wasn't an avid fisher, so she didn't need a tackle box this big. And when I started sorting all my Lego stuff finally, I was using a smaller tackle box and very quickly ran out of room in it. And so the gnome gave me this. She felt her father would approve of me using it for fun, and so this is where all of my minifig accessories are. So, spears and weapons and tools and cups and shields and bows and all that good stuff. And then kind of random stuff in the middle. Oh, imbalance. So, yeah, that is also rapidly running out of room. I do have a laptop up here for looking up instructions and watching videos while I build, and I have mint snacks. Okay, I think that about covers it, really. I have all sorts of plans to continue to improve up here, improve the lighting. Eventually I'll need to get an electrician in and have him do it properly, because right now it's LED lights that are just strung with extension cords, which is not the best way to do it, but it works. Yeah, this is what I did during quarantine. Get all of this set up, get all of this organized, and finally really start building on a lot of it. Building old space sets and pirate sets and Star Wars sets, and this has helped me stay sane through isolation, because I have not gotten to see my friends and it has been rough, but I had Lego to keep me going, so it was good. All right. There it is. The tour of my Lego floor as it currently stands. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any suggestions. Some people have asked me about sending me their collections. I've had a lot of people, or not a lot, but I've had a couple of people reach out to me going, hey, I've got a Lego collection. I don't play with it anymore. Would you like it? And yes, I would. I will never say no to free Lego. I've also had people reach out to me going, well, I was considering donating it to the school or to this charity that gives Legos to school. If you're not sure which to do, by all means, donate it to the school, especially bulk brick. Because as you can see, I don't need bulk brick. I have bulk brick, and if there's parts I need, I can go to Bricklink and buy it. The stuff that's useful are complete classic sets. Of course, that's always cool to get. And minifigures and minifigure accessories and unique parts and all of that. And by all means, if you really want me to have your collection, I am happy to accept it. And I will have great fun going through it and pulling and organizing it all and all of that. But do not feel bad about choosing to give it to a charity instead of me, because I don't need it. But the little kid in me is going, don't tell them that, tell them to send you the Lego. Lego was awesome and you want it all. But yeah, so there you go. Let me know what you think. Let me know. Thank you for watching.